Hello，Hello，Hello，Hello，Hello，Hi, hi, hi. Can you hear me? I think so. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think no problem. Okay, let's wait for more people. Uh, okay, you can communicate here first. Hey, hello. Hmm. When is Tasmo? It's 14th of September. I think P5 is in the afternoon and P4 is in the morning. Okay, so type up. We just start now. Okay, so yeah, still the same question. How much you get in this paper? What is your result? Okay, what is your result? Yeah. Okay, how many score you got in this paper? You got 44. Yeah, actually, is a. I think it's a average score. Yeah, actually. So I think most students in this the range of 40 to 60. Yeah, some students perform very well. They can get a 70. And there are two questions wrong in the system. I don't know what's going on. So I remember one question, the answer is 505, and one answer is 109. These two questions, they just auto mark you wrongly. Okay, I don't know why. Because when I write down the answer, it's correct. Okay, so that's a small problem. But never mind, never mind. Okay, so yeah, today we'll just look at this one. Be careful, this is 30, 30, and 40. Okay, 30, 30, and 40. So some error here. In the real competition is also 30, 30, 40, and 10 questions, 30, in total 30 marks, and 10 questions, 30 marks, and 10 questions, 40 marks. Okay. So yeah, usually at the first question, also I can tell you something like a hint. So actually this morning I just run through the real paper again. You can have a guess how many score if someone yeah, very good, maybe they can only get a 70 or 80. So we think the paper is a little, just a little hard, so I also changed some question to the easier version. Okay, so I change all the MCQ question is quite easy, some even test the PSLE things, and but of course the 4 point question will be harder. Okay, will be harder. So I think is you will get a, actually is not a very bad score. Actually 70 is really good, but yeah, but I have to say some very good students maybe they can get more than 80 and 90. Yeah, but they are preparing for another thing, so never mind. I get. I cannot tell you. Okay. So the first question, yeah, it's a basic calculation problem, fraction calculation. So in the fraction calculation, usually my habit is just change all the mixed number into the improper fraction. So this one will be 2021 time times this one will be 63 over 2020. Then you open this bracket, it will become 1956, then plus 1956 over 2020, then plus 1 over 2020. Okay, but after that, you can find this one. Yeah, 2021. Of course, nobody want to calculate that. You can just imagine this one is 2020 plus 1, then times 63 over 2020, then plus 1956, then plus 1956 over 2020, plus 1 over 2020. So now I have a 2020 and a 2020. So after I times them, they will be cancelled. So it will be 63 plus 63 over 2020 plus 1956 plus 1956. Actually, I can just write down 1957 over 2020. Okay. After that, you just combine the fraction, right, with the same denominator. This one, it will become 57 plus 63. Actually, it's quite easy. So this one plus together must be 2020, right? So the answer will be 63 plus 1956, then plus 1. So this one, yeah, you can calculate. This one, the answer will be 2020. So you can find actually none of above is correct, right? So choose E. Okay. So for the second question, it's a quite interesting question. Because this year, okay, this question is I make last year. Okay, I designed this question last year, and so I just use this 2024. Why? Because if it's last year, some student, if you just remember the day, you do the paper. And for example, I do the paper on September 2nd of September in 2024. Then I can use today's date and it's Wednesday or Thursday or something else to estimate what is the first Sunday of November. But now it's 2025. This one doesn't work. Okay, this one maybe it works, but it will take a long time. So I just tell you what is the traditional method. So basically, you need to think about from 1971 to 2024, how many leap years do we have? Okay, how many leap years? Because we know in a normal year it's 365 days, but in the leap year we have 366 days. We have one more days. So we need to think about firstly, how many extra days do we have in these years? So it will be 1 plus 28 plus 24 divided by 4 equals to 14 days. Okay, 14 extra days. So from this 1971 to 2024, how many years passed? It will be quite easy. 365 times 53 years, but we have extra 14 days. So we need to plus 14. And remember, in 1 week, we have 7 days. We divide by 7. So this will just become 19359 divided by 7. This one you can use the 3-digit cut or whatever you want to use to find out the remainder, because we just need to care about the remainder. It's remainder 4. Okay. So now I know it's remainder 4. Now you can just find out if it's the Sunday, and the question tell you is 07 of November. This is in 1971. So if I want to go 2024, 07 and 11, we can know this date it will be Thursday. Okay, this will be Thursday. But the question is asking what? What is the extra date in November of tree planting day in 2024? We need to do we need to care about which day is the 7th of November? No, we don't need to care about that. We just want to find out what is the first Sunday of November, right? What is the first Sunday of November? You just come to 4 days before, right? It will be third day. Okay, so the answer should be B. Yeah, this is a quite interesting question. Actually, every year, uh, maybe the next time you see this question, I will change to in 2025 or maybe 2026. That will be easier because you just need to remember today, what date is it, and what is Wednesday, Monday, or something else, right? Okay. So now let's look at question 3. So it's with a smile face. Actually, it's not smile, right? Okay, maybe this question is not very easy for you to smile. So basically, once you look at the circle questions, you need to find out what is the center point. Okay. So maybe we can just label here. This is the center point of this small circle, and this is the center point of the medium circle, and this must be the center point of the big circle. Okay, the big circle. So you can firstly find out what is the relationship between their radius, because we have 3 different size circles, right? So let's connect this A. Maybe then this is O, this one is C. Okay, so now I can also draw a very long line, this diameter here. Okay, so it can find, if I know this one is R1, the radius 1. Okay, and this part, it will be the radius 2. Okay, the medium one, and the largest one, this one should be R. This one should be R. So we need to think about what is the relationship between small r and big R. Okay, so we know the total diameter actually is the sum of all the circles, small circle and medium circles diameter. So we have 2r1 plus 2r2 equals to 2r. Okay, 2r1 plus 2r2 equals to the 2 big R. So we can find the relationship. Actually, it's r1 plus r2 equals to big R. Okay, so now let's think about another things. So how about OB? OB is next. You can find this one. Actually, we have a right angle triangle. This is a kind of right angle triangle, right? So we can find OB actually equals to R minus 2R1. And we know R equals to the big R equals to R1 plus R2. So this will become R2 minus R1, right? And also we can know OB squared plus BC squared equals to R squared. This is a very important part. Now let's think about another one. If I want to calculate the shaded area, how to find out that? I can use the big circle to minus the two small circle, right? The small circle and a medium circle. It will be pi r squared minus pi r1 squared minus pi r2 squared. Okay, so this one, we extracted this pi, it will become r squared minus r1 squared minus r2 squared. Okay, so now we can just combine them again because we know r squared actually is r1 plus r2, right? Square minus r1 square minus r2 square. So this one, we open a bracket. This will become pi times 2r1 times r2. So that means if I want to find out the shaded area, I just need to focus on this r1 times r2, right? So what is r1 times r2? So we need to open this one. OB, what is OB less? It will be r2 minus r1 square. What is BC's things? We don't know, but we know AB equals to BC equals to 60. Oh, sorry, you cannot see. Sorry. This one BC equals to 60, right? So if we know B C equals to 60, that means this one plus 60 square should equals to R1 plus R2 square. So you can solve that, right? This will become R2 square plus R1 square minus 2R2 R1 plus 3600 equals to R1 square plus R2 square plus 2R1 R2. Then cancel. This one will become 4R1 R2 equals to 3600. So R1 R2 should equals to 900, right? And then you take this 900 inside here. This one will just become 2 times 900 and times 3.14, right? This one equals to 5652. Okay, 5652. So the answer will be B. Okay, so this one, yeah, it's a little hard about the calculation. Hey, as you can see, actually the MCQ question is not very easy. All of them is not very easy, but you can find just 3 points. Sometimes you can guess, guess and check to find out the correct answer. And also, yeah, you can see all the short-term answer, short-term question. This one will be not very hard. Okay, the fill in the blank question, it will not be very hard. You still have time to, yeah, to do it, and also you can get more marks. Okay, so it's very quite important for you to think about what is the strategy for doing this competition. Okay, so now let's look at the question 4. So question 4, actually you need to understand what the question is talking about. Okay, after you reading the question, you can find the things. We have two things. One is win, one is fail, right? And you can find the medal change. If I win, I will get 1 medal, and if I lose, I will get -1 medal. And for the point, okay, for the point, this is 20 and what 50, right? So we will plus 50, and this one I will only plus 20. Okay, so now you can find a 100 merit points can redeem for just the 1 medal, right? So how many points I will get? Actually, is I just need to plus 150, right? I need to plus 150 if I win. But if I lose, I need to Actually, originally I had plus 150, but now I just only plus the 20, right? And this one, and I will also what? I will not get this 100. So actually, I am minus 100, then plus 20, which is minus 80 points. And after that, we should know these two parts plus together, okay, I will get what? I will get 5,000, right? Because we have 15 medals, and this one, I will graduate. So now the question is, means at least how many participate in how many challenges, right? So we just need to find out that. So, and I know the rate is more than 70%. So let's first think about, if I am 100% rate, what will happen? So that means I win all the games. It will become 5,000 divided by 150. This one, you just do the estimate. It will be about 33 point something, right? So we will get 34 to graduate. Okay, graduate. And now think about, if we have 80%, right? So about the rate, this well, that means every 5 games, I will get 150 times 4, then minus 80 equals to 520. So that means in average, I will get 104 per challenge, right? In average, I will get 104 per challenge. So you can just use 5,000 divided by 104, it's about 48 point something. So you just need 49 games. Okay. So if the question is asking at least how many, yeah, you should find it's actually none of above is correct. Okay. None of above is correct. So this is the question 4. Hey, so about question 5. Oh, why? Why I put so many questions? The answer is E. Never mind. Okay. So in question 5, you need to think about very easy things. So because we divide by 323, right? This is the multiple of 17 times 19. So that means you need to think about 20 to the power of n plus 16 to the power of n minus 3 to the power of n minus 1 should congruent to 0 if we mod 17. Okay, mod 17. So that means what? That means 3 to the power of n plus 16 to the power of n minus 3 to the power of n minus 1 should congruent to 0, right? Because this one and this one, we can cancel it. It will become 16 to the power of n congruent to what? If we mod 17. So what is 17 to the power of n? This one, 17 divided by 16 divided by 17, you say, okay, this is remainder 16, right? But it's quite hard to think about it. Why? But we can have another one. 16 is what? 16 is actually remainder negative 1. So you can just write down it's negative 1 to the power of n congruent to 1 if we mod 17. So that means n should be what? Negative 1 to the power of all even number. It's the result is 1. So that means n must be the even number. Okay. So which one is the even number? Not. So the answer is E. Okay. So the answer is E. None above is square. Actually, just an even number. That's enough. Or if you want, you can try. Okay, you can try. Actually, it's not very hard for you to try it. Okay, so now let's look at the question 6. For question 6, E, F, H, they are just the midpoint of B, C, C, D. This one I missed a D here, and A, B respectively, and with AG to GD equals to 2 to 1. 2 to 1, and HE to and EF intersect at BG and CG at the M and N respectively. So M and E equals to 9. This is 9. And what is the area of the rectangle ABCD? Okay, so now if I only know this part, that means we need to focus on what kind of shape do we have. So you can observe this one. We have this one big triangle, and one big triangle. So here we can have a half model here. If I want to find out ABCD, that means I can just need to find out this GBC, right? I can just find out this GBC to find out the things. What else? And you can see this H and F, they are the midpoint. So if I connect this one, right? So I can calculate this one, what is the area? And this is exactly what? Exactly half of this below rectangle. So that means, yeah, maybe we can just try to find out this HEF first. Okay. Let me connect this HEF. So that means I want to find out this triangle HEF. And I want to find out this triangle HEF actually is 1/4 of the rectangle ABCD, right? So now the question is, how can I find out HEF? You can find, I only know this one is 9, but we can know this triangle HEF to this triangle H, sorry, this one should be the only triangle I know is MEN to this triangle HEF. There is a kind of bird head model, right? So that means we just need to know this one equals to EM times EN over EH times EF. This is what I want to know, okay? So now the next one, that means what? That means I just need to find out what is the ratio of HM to ME. And what is the ratio of EN to NF, right? So if I want to find out the ratio of them, what can I do? Okay, is there this EM and HM any special things? No, it's quite a little hard to find out that. But once you read the question again, you can find we still have the AG to GD, this ratio, and this midpoint not used, right? So maybe we can just connect this GH and GF, right? And connect this GE. You can find here, I have what? I have a kite model, right? I have a kite model like that. Okay, so we have a kite model here. So that means if I want to find out the whole things, actually this HE to HM, sorry, this ME to HM, ME to HM, actually I can transfer it to the area ratio, which is triangle GBE to triangle GHB. Now, what is GBE? And you can find GBE actually is half of the half, which is 1/4 of the rectangle ABCD. And for GHB, you can find, yeah, this is just the half of this triangle ABG. And we know AG to GD is 2 to 1. So this one actually is just the 1/2 times 2/3 times 1/2 of this rectangle ABCD. Okay, so this one you can calculate is 3/2. And also use the same method, you can find out En over Nf. This one actually equals to this triangle GEC to triangle GFC. So this one, you use the same method, you can find it's 3 to 1. Okay, so now that means this one is 3 to 2, this one is 3 to 1. So you can find triangle MEN over triangle HEF should equals to 3 times 3 over 5 times 4 equals to 9/20. Okay, so this triangle HEF equals to 20. Rectangle ABCD equals to 80. So the answer is also E. Now velvet square. Okay, now velvet square. Okay, so now let's look at the next one. Yeah, this is a basic, I think it's a quite basic fraction decomposition. You just need to write down what is the pattern here. It's like the n squared over 2n minus 1 times 2n plus 1, right? So this one you can just separate this will just become n squared over 4n squared minus 1. So it will become 1 over 4, and this is 4n squared over 4n squared minus 1. Of course, I don't want this minus 1, right? So I just give them minus 1 and plus 1. So this will become 1 over 4 times 1 over 4n squared minus 1 plus 1. So this whole equation we can just write down by 1 over 4, 1 over 1 times 3 plus 1 plus 1 over 3 times 5 plus 1 plus blah 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 plus 2, 1 over 1999 times 2001 z plus 1. Okay, after that it's just the basic fraction decomposition. This will become 1 over 4 times 1000 plus 1 over 1 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 5 plus blah 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 plus 2, 1 over 1999 times 2001. This one will become 250 plus 250 over 2001. This one you calculate by yourself. Okay, it's quite easy. So the answer is 250 and 250 over 2001. So the answer should be A. Okay, so the answer should be A. Okay, so yeah, now let's look at question 8. How many positive integers n are there to make sum of 9 squared plus 9 divided by the sum of n plus 9? So you can find it's n plus 9 is the factor of n squared plus 9, right? So of course you maybe you don't know how to start that, but why it's very hard to calculate, because you can see there is an n square. So maybe we can find a method to cancel this n square. So this will become n plus 9 is the factor of n square plus, maybe I give it a 9n, because n times n plus 9 must be the multiple of n plus 9, right? But I give this 9n, of course I don't want this 9n, so I just minus 9n plus 9. But I can know this one must be the multiple of 9, so we can just cancel n plus 9, so we can just cancel it, right? So it will become n plus 9 is the factor of 9 and minus 9, okay? Because we extract the bracket right outside. So after that, you can find n plus 9. Okay, so you need to think about it, can just write out by 9 times n plus 9. But this one I need to plus 81, right? So we just need to minus 81 and minus 9. So you can find n plus 9 actually should be the factor of 90. And we know 90 actually equals to 2 times 3 squared times 5, right? So, and we know this n plus 9 must be bigger or equals to 10. So you can find, yeah, if we smaller than 10, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 9 as the factor. The total factor is just the 2 times 3 times 2 equals to 12. So the answer will be 12 minus 6 equals to 6. So we have 6 possible answer. Okay, we have 6 possible answer, just like that. Okay, so now let's look at question 9. Question 9 is the quite boring question. It's just about the enumeration. Don't need to think about a lot. So it's, we know we just separate. We have the year is 2025, 2040, 2041, 2042, 2045, 2050, 2051, 2052, and 2054, right? And after that, yes, it can be one. For example, maybe it can 1104, 1125, and 1025. So that means the month we can choose 01, 04, 10, and 11. And this one, the month we can choose 11 and or 12, right? So this one, the month we can choose 01, 02, 05, or maybe 10, right? So after that, so this one, the dates we can choose 4. This one, the dates we have 2. This one, the dates we have 6. And after that, we have 4. And then this 9. So these are the 21. And after that, this is the same. We have 21. Okay, this is the same. We will have 21. So this part, yes, actually is the, you can find out the pattern, which is 21 possible, 21 possible. So the answer will be 21 times 2 plus 4 equals to 46. Okay, equals to 46. That's all. So the answer is still E. By the way, if you do the enumeration, you'll find out it's more than 40. You can just random choose E. Okay, so now let's look at the question 10. So yeah, you after this is a gaming problem. So usually you will not meet it in for the gaming problem. There is 1 year to test about that in the first round of APM, OPS, or AMO, and but you some years they have this kind of gaming strategy questions in the second round. Yeah. Okay. So this one, you can just find what kind of group do we have. Okay, maybe we have the this one. Maybe we can choose the 1 and 2, and then maybe the 6 and the 12, and then you can cancel this one, right? Uh, and after the 5 and the 10, which is the multiple, 7 and the 14, which is also the multiple. And what else? Other things, they are 9, 11, 13, 15, and the 17. They don't have the any factors and the multiple, right? Some of them is the even number and some or prime number, and some of them is the odd number. Okay, so that means what? That means if I want to make sure if the Tom mark next to ensure he wins, right? So that means we just need to delete this part. Okay, we delete 6. Then we only have 8 groups remaining. So it will be Tom, Jason, Tom, Jason, Tom, Jason, Tom, Jason, and Tom. I win it. Okay, so that means the answer it will be 6. So still E, not alphabets. Okay. This is the first 10 questions. I think it's the most difficult question in this paper. Uh, Actually, it's quite hard. It's very hard. But it's just tests you about how to do the paper. Okay, you may find some student may find, teacher, the first 10 question is so hard. I don't want to try, and they will just give up. But never mind. So if you skip the question, okay, our all the competition. If you do the question, the logic is if you have 2 minutes to try this question, if you cannot find any correct way to do that, just give up. Okay, jump to the next one. Don't do it waste all the time on one question. Okay, because maybe the later question, the behind the questions are easier. Okay, it's just like here. For example, question 11, quite easy. I think my P3 kid can do that. By the way, I don't have the P3 kids. So this one can go to 2/5, I pull out, and the remaining is 3/5. And after that, 3/4, and the remaining 1/4. We know this is 3. So it's just a 1 times 3/5 times 1/4 equals to 3/20. So the answer is 20 liters. That's all. Okay. This one is very easy, very easy. Basic fraction word problem. And also the next one, this one is a little hard. Okay, so you can find out very interesting things. The sum digit of x and the sum of digit of 3x, they're all prime, right? So you need to know of things is the digit sum of x times 3. This one must be the multiple of 3. So if this is a prime number, so that means you need to know this x, okay? This x must be what? This 3x must be the digit sum be 3, okay? The digit sum must be 3. So you just list. We have the possible answer is 102, 111, 120, 201, and 210. After that, you calculate this x. X possible answer, it can be 102 divided by 3, 34, 111 divided by 3, 37, 120 divided by 3, 40, and 201 divided by 3, it will be 67, and 210 divided by 3, it will be 70. So this one, the sum is 4, impossible. This one, the sum is 10, impossible. Okay, then you don't need to check any else, right? You just check this 5x. 34 times 5 equals to 170. Of course, this one not, because the sum is 8. And 67 times 5, this one will be 335. Okay, 70 times 5, it will be 350. Of course, it's also impossible. So the only possible one is this one, 67. Okay, x can only equals to 67, right? Okay, so now let's look at the next part. in question 13. This one just test you guys whether you listen the sample paper one solution very carefully, right? So if you listen to the sample paper one, there is a almost the same problem, right? Almost the same problem like that. Okay. You can find this one. Actually, we can use the same method. You just list the two equation, right? You just list the two equation, and after that find out the indefinite equation. That's all. Okay, it's quite easy. So firstly, I don't think I need to waste some time to do that, right? Firstly, equation is x plus y equals to 340, and after that is 5x plus 9y bigger than 2025. Then take the place here. 340 times 5 plus 4y should be bigger than 2025. So 4y bigger than 325. Y bigger than 81.25. And we know this one, right? 5x is the multiple of 5. So, and this 2025 is also the multiple of 5, right? Sorry. So this one, that means this y must choose this 85. Okay, this y must be choose 85 because you need to make sure this 9y is also the multiple of 5. So the smallest number is 85. And in question 14, very easy, right? So from 1 to 9, the sum it will be 1 plus 2 plus 2, 9 equals to 45. But now we know they have already tell you the sum of four numbers on each face is 18. So that means we have two face, the sum it will be 36. So the answer should be 45 minus 36 equals to 9. That's all. That's all. Okay, very easy. Okay, so you can find in part two, all the questions is quite easy. So the next one, what is the maximum number of integers that can be selected from 1 to 2023 such that no sum of two of them are multiple of 7? So you just need to try divide by 7. We only have remainder 0 to 6, right? In total, 1 to 2023, we will have 289 numbers. Okay, so the total, if we want to find out, is 0 plus 0, 1 plus 6, and 2 plus 5, and 3 plus 4. So how many choice do we have? This one is 7. So from 0, we can only choose 1, right? All the multiple will not be remainder 0. So this one is just the only one choice. And for 1, we have 289. For 2, we have 289. For 3, we also have 289. So the answer will be 289 times 3, then plus 1 equals to 868. So the answer is 868. This is the basic pigeonhole problem. Basic pigeonhole problem. Okay, now let's look at the question 16. This question 16 actually is something weird, right? So you may ask, what is the same direction they meet or the opposite direction they catch up? Okay, so I have to say some question, yeah, in the real competition. Okay, I have to say in Singapore real competition, some question, yeah, they will use this describe. Okay, but actually this is not a tradition of the encounter or catch up. Okay, so it's just like I meet you, no matter you come back to meet me or I face to face I meet you, they're just the same idea. Okay, so that means after you understand this one, you can easily understand this one. The sum of these two speed, it will be 400 divided by 4 equals to 100, and the difference of their speed, it will be 400 divided by 12 equals to 100 over 3. So someone may stop here. Why? Because they say, teacher, I think this one is not the what? It's not the whole number. How can I do? Come on, it's quite often if you need a kind of fraction, you're now p5, right? So that means you just keep this fraction. So you can calculate the speed of A is just the 200 over 3, and the speed of B is 100 over 3, right? So that means this one will be 400 divided by 200 over 3 equals to 6. Okay, equals to 6. So that means we can find out the time of A to complete this circle equals to 6 minutes. Okay, equals to 6 minutes. Okay, also very easy. The next one, question 17, is also very easy, right? This one is 60. So we know this is a regular pentagon. So for the regular pentagon, the angle here, it will be 108 degrees, right? So this angle BCF, it should be 108 minus 60 equals to 48. So that means this angle BFC plus this angle EFD should be 180 degrees minus 48 equals to 132 degrees. And so the answer angle BFE equals to 360 minus 132 minus 60 equals to 168 degrees. That's all. Okay, that's all. I remember this is a question we practiced for the almost paper, right? So if you do this question before, this is a kind of almost question. Okay. By the way, are you still here? Let me see. Any important? Oh, okay. Hello, hello. Anyone still here? Yes. Okay. Ah, I guess you may got lost. Okay, so I think until here, all the question. Yeah, only the MCQ is very hard, right? Only the MCQ is very hard. Other things is quite. We use the normal method to solve that. Okay, so for this question 18. Okay, so there is a basket of eggs. So this is the traditional Chinese remainder problem, right? So every time take out three, so it will be. Okay, I know, I saw it. Okay, so this one will be n minus one congruent to 0 if we mod 3, and n minus 4 congruent to 5, 0 if we mod 5, and n minus 4 congruent to 0 if we mod 7. So we just combine this three part, right? Just combine this three part. This two part we can find n minus 4 congruent to 0 if we mod 35. So that means we can find n should equals to 35k plus 4. Okay, 35k plus 4. And what is these things? These things must be 35k plus 4 minus 1 congruent to 0 if we mod 3. Okay, if we mod 3. So that means this 2k should congruent to this 3 if we mod 0, mod 3. That means what? That means this one k should equals to 3m, no matter what is m, right? So you take the place here, n should equals to 109, 105m plus 4. Because this one, the minimum m should be 1, okay? M minimum equals to 1. So m minimum equals to 109, okay? M minimum equals to 109. Someone say, teacher, can I choose m equals to 0? Come on, it's impossible, right? Come on, it's terrible. Okay. So now let's look at the next one. This one is a ratio problem, right? So you can find this is Amy, this is Belinda, and we complete 5 over 7a. This one I complete 0.7b. So how many I not complete? 2 over 7a equals to 0.3b. So a 20a equals to 21b. A to b equals to 21 to 20. So you can find a plus b actually is 41 unit, right? This one is bigger than 200. So that means 1 unit should be bigger or equals to 5. So the minimum is just the a plus b equals to 5 times 41 equals to 205. Very easy, right? It's quite easy. Okay, sorry, you cannot see that. Okay, so it's quite easy. Uh, I think all the section 2 part is not very hard, right? And all the question 2 part you can answer it very quickly. So you can save time. You can use the time you waste in the section 1. Okay, this is like the competition. Sometimes you meet a hard question, you can just skip it. Okay, because maybe behind it there will be easier questions. Question 20 also very easy, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 balls, right? So it's the 5 blue, 4 red, and 3 green. So you just mix them as a group. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 3. So after that, you just change the order, right? Change the order. So the answer is 3p3 equals to 6. That's all. Okay, 3p3 equals to 6. Because all the color, the ball is just identical. So you don't need to think about they are different ball. If it's a different ball, uh, that means you need to think about that. Okay, you need to times the order of the balls inside the position. It's quite important. Okay. Okay, so now let's come to our 4 point question. Uh, Actually, some 4 point question is not very hard. Some are you are very not very easy to think about that. Okay, so in question 21, this is 2020 result in a perfect square, right? So that means 2020 times 8 is a perfect square. This one just do the basic prime factorization. 2 squared times 5 times 101 equals to times 8 equals to a perfect square. So this one a should equals to 5 times 101 equals to 505. That's all. Okay, 505. And in question 22, so they give you a lot of angles, right? By the way, I don't know why this question some student cannot tell me what's the answer, but this is quite easy. So AOD equals to DOB, right? COE, this one equals to EOB, X and X. And also, what else do we know? This is a right angle, right? Perpendicular right angle. So you can assume this one is Y. And this one we know DOB equals to AOD. So this is 2x plus y. Then you can find 2x plus y equals to 90 degrees. So x plus y should equals to 45 degrees. Which one is 45? This one is 45. So angle DOE equals to 45 degrees. That's all. Okay, that's all. These are two very easy 4 point questions, right? Give you the points for free. And also, this question 23 is also an easier one. So this will become you just do the reciprocal, right? Do reciprocal, 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 and then do the subtraction, subtraction, subtraction. You can find out that. So this will be 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over x. And the right part, it will be 96 over 67 equals to 1 plus 29 over 67. Do the reciprocal. So it will become 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over x equals to this one. 67 minus 58. This one will be 9 over 29. And do the reciprocal again. So this 3 and 3, 3 times 9 equals to 27. So it will be cancelled. This will be just the 2 over 9 equals to 1 over 4 plus 1 over x. So do the reciprocal again. This will become 4 plus 1 over 9 equals to 4 plus 1 over x. So you can, oh, sorry. Because we do the reciprocal, it's not 9 on the denominator again. So this is 4 plus 1 over 2. Then equals to 4 plus 1 over x. So you can find x equals to 2. Okay, x equals to 2. Just like that. Okay. There is no space. Sorry about that. Okay. So the answer is 2. Ah. I think the first 3 questions in 4 point question is not very hard. Now, you are seeing this one. You also think it will not very hard, but you will not get the correct answer. Why? Because usually in the two phase RAM, right? So it can be a minus 2 plus b minus 2 plus c minus 2, and we have 4 side, right? Times 4 equals to 12. And then you can get this one, a plus b plus c equals to 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals to 3 plus 6 equals to 9, right? Then you see, I know, teacher, the answer will be 3 times 3 times 3 equals to 27. Is that correct? Maybe this one is correct. But is it the largest volume? You need to think about another special one. If I have a rectangle, sorry, cuboid like that, if I only have one layer, what will happen? I have one side here. This is 3. This is 14. So how many face printed 12, right? We still have what? This one is you minus how many face the small cubes are printed two red face? It's just 14 minus 2 equals to 12, right? Is it like that? Oh yeah. So this one will be 1 times 3 times 14 equals to 42. Okay. So, maybe let me see. Two face red. Oh yeah, it's correct. Why? Because in this case, the two face red will be looks like here. It's this one, right? The top and the bottom, two face red. So this will be 42. Yeah, can you imagine that? Because in this, if I only have one layer, this one, how many faces red? One, two, three, four. Four face red. And how about on the layer? For example, this one. How many face red? This will be three face red. So the two face are in the middle. Okay, you need to discuss this special one. Okay. anyone anyone find it in when do the question? I don't think anyone can find out there, right? Okay, so now let's look at the 25. So this is a counting question. So if you do it for a long time, you may remember this answer, right? So this is a traditional symmetric. So if I want to find out trapeziums, that means you just need to focus on the parallel line. In this question, I just have one parallel line, two parallel line, and a three parallel line, right? So after that, you just combine them. So let's name this H, F point, and this one is F and G. Okay, so for one and a two, you can choose actually it's A, B, C, E, A, B, E, G, right? A, B, E, G. But you can find this A, B, E, G, maybe it looks like a parallel one, right? And also for two and three, these two lines, it can be H, D, E, G, and H, D, E, C. Okay, so this one we have two. And also we have the H, I, maybe I use this one is I, sorry. I repeat use F. HICE, right? HIEC. This is also a kind of trapezium. So actually in one group we will have what? So this HDEG will times two, okay, because we have two group of this one. You can random choose right the less. So actually in one direction we have 5 plus 2 equals to 7 trapezium because we have rotate 5 different directions. So it's 5 times 7 equals to 35. Okay, so we'll have 35 different trapeziums. Not different, 35 trapeziums. Okay, if the question is asking you, okay, so how about if I rotate, we consider it's the same. So you just write down 7. Okay, you just write down 7. So now let's look at the question 26. Now 26 is once you look at a kind of regular hexagon, you need to think about whether I can extend it. Okay, whether I can extend it. So I can, sorry, I can extend to a big equilateral triangle, right? Okay, so now you assume this one because A and B, they are both the midpoint. So this is A, this is A, 2A, 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 A, 2A, 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 A, 2A, 2A. Okay, so I know the big hexagon is 240. That means this part, it will be 40, right? This one will be 40. So now let's name it. Okay, so this is O, this is D, and this is E. You can find triangle ODE to triangle OAE. AB's area ratio, it should be 2 times 2 over 3 times 3. This will be 4 over 9. And we know this one is 40. This one will be 90. Okay. So what is this trapezium ABDE? This will be 90 minus 40 equals to 50. And now I get this is 50. That means we can easily get this irregular shape. Maybe let me draw it. Looks like here. A very irregular shape. Like the Superman, if you know that. This one looks like the Superman. Never mind, maybe you don't know that. Okay, this area, it will be just 240 minus 50. So the shaded area, it will be 190 divided by 2 equals to 95. Oh, you cannot see that here. So sad. I draw the Superman. So now I, you know the Superman? It looks like here, and there is a S here. This is the Superman. Never mind if you don't know. Okay, but maybe you only want to see the Iron Man, Spider Man. You don't like the Superman, whatever. Okay, so now let's look at the next one. This one is a little hard. N is a natural number, and we know n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 9, right? They all have common factor with 660. And so firstly, we should know 660 equals to 3 times 5 times 2 times 11. So that means the odd number will only have 3, 5, and 11, right? So you can know 3, this number, actually, it will appear at least the 2 times in from 1 to 9. So actually it's very quite easy to pattern. But for 2, actually, we can just find out this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we can find this one will be even number, the multiple of 3, even number, the multiple of 5, even number, the multiple of 11, even number, the multiple of 3, and even number. This is one case. And another case is even number, the multiple of 3, and continue. But this is the multiple of 11, this is the multiple of 5. So we need to find out these two things. So actually, we can just list the equation. The first one, this number x, okay? X is congruent to 0. We assume this one is x. No. We can assume this one is x congruent to 0 if we mod 11. Okay. And x congruent to 2 if we mod 5 because I'm minus 2. And x congruent to 1 if we mod 3. So this one, actually 11, 5, 3, you cannot find any pattern here. So you have to solve that. X equals to 11k. And 11k congruent to 2 if we mod 5. So you can find k congruent to 2 if we mod 5. So k should equals to 5m plus 2. You take the place here, it will be x equals to 55m plus 22. So this one will become 55m plus 22 congruent to 1 if we mod 3. Aha, that means what? M congruent to 0 if we mod 3. So that means m should equals to 0 or 3. So x should equals to what? This one we know it's greater, it's smaller than 60. Maybe it's x equals to 3 times 55, then plus 2 equals to 187. Okay, 187. And what else? What else? If for the second scenario, x congruent to 0 if we mod 5, x congruent to 2 if we mod 11, and x congruent to 1 if we mod 3. Okay, the first thing is if it's the multiple of 5 and also divide by 11 remainder 3, it's quite easy to find out 1 is 35. And the next one, you just plus 55 equals to 90. Then next one plus 145. Then plus 55, 100, 200, right? Which one divided by 3 remainder 1? This one cannot, this one cannot, this one can, right? So in the second case, the minimum equals to 145. Obviously, this 145 is smaller. So maybe you want to write down answer is 145. Be careful. I want to find out this n. So n should equals to 145 minus 6 equals to 139. Okay, equals to 139. Okay. So now let's look at the question 28. So question 28 is a 6 times 6 chess, right? Chess box. Okay, so this will be like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the firstly, if I want to cannot be placed, right? So if I put one here, this is A. So I will this whole things we cannot put, right? So firstly, we treat this one as distinct. So this will be 36. And after that, you put this one is B. So this one, it will be, we have 5 times 5 equals to 25. And if we put one more, so this will be like here. Sorry, I should use this color. This will be 4 times 4. So that means in total, we just have this 36 times 25 times 16 equals to 14400, right? We only have these things. But remember, if I put A, B, C, and I put C, A, B, actually it's the same things. So that means we need to remove the order. Remove the order. So this one, it will be 14400 divided by 3p3 equals to 2400. That's all. Okay. 2400. That's all. Okay. So now let's look at the next part about a boy sit in one circle. Firstly, in this question, you need to understand one thing. If in one line, what will happen? You in one line, I will ask you a things. This one, for example, if we have the 1 and a 2, right? We can change the seat. And 2 and 3, we can change the seat. 3 and 4, I can change the seat. So that means let's focus on this 2. 2, I can only change the seat with what? 1 and 3. But let me think about one question. If 2 change 1 and 3, so how about 8? The seat 8, I can only change with 7. I cannot change with 1. So that means we can just find out that for the first guy, okay, I can just keep on. I can just stay here, right? I can just stay here. And how many method? It will be fm minus 1 method. For the uh, second choice, the first guy I can change with what? I can only change the second guy. And for the second guy, I have to change with 1. Because 1 go to 2, 2 go to 3, there is no seats for 8 to go, right? So that means only possible one is 1 and 2. They exchange their seats. So it will be fn minus 2. So that means in total, we'll just have fn minus 1 plus fn minus 2. This is a kind of Fibonacci recursion, right? So for n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So fn, it will be 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and 21. But now the question is not in one line. It's in one circle. So in one circle, maybe it's the same things. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue, 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 right? So now let's think about. Still analyze the first one. If the first one and the second one not change, okay, the first type stay here. The remaining is still F7, right? We have 7 methods. But if the first one change to the second one, what will happen? Now I only have 6 methods, right? 6 remaining. But we need to think about another case. We need to think about if I only change the 1 and 2 exchange, other people never change. So we haven't considered this one in the first example. In the first example, everyone changed, right? So we need to plus 1. You need to think about if 3 to 8 all not change. And also the first one changed to the eighth. F6 plus 1, right? So this is 21, this is 14, this is 14. So in total, we will just have 49 methods. Okay, 49 methods. Okay, so this is about question 29. So yeah, give you 2 minutes to 1 minute to write on this one. I think it's quite important and quite interesting. Okay, so now let's look at question 30. The last one. In a round robin tournament, okay, involving 10 people. So there are no draws, and the winner earns 3 points, while the loser earns 0 points. What is the maximum number of people who can have a score of at least 21 points? So, firstly, if we have the total score, what's that? It will be 10 choose 2, then times 3, right? If win or lose, we just get the 3 point because no draw, right? So it will become 135 points. But we want at least what is the maximum? I want everyone get 21, right? 135 divided by 21 equals to 6, remainder 9. That means at most we have 6. So we just need to check if it's 6 possible or 5 possible, 4 possible, 3 possible. We just need to find out a possible way. So if, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F is bigger or equals to 21, and a G plus H plus I plus J, what else? Because the remainder is 9, right? So that means this one should be smaller or equals to 9, right? So that means what? That means in total, for this 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, we will have 4 choose 2 equals to 6 games between G, H, I, J. But this G plus H plus I plus J must be bigger or equals to 6 times 3, which is 18. This is impossible. Okay, so this is impossible. Now we just need to check if we have A, B, C, D, E. These 5 guys bigger than or equals to 21. That means this G plus H plus I plus J plus F should be smaller or equals to 21 plus 9, 30. Okay, smaller than 30. 5 choose 2 times 3 should be what? 30. You see? Is it okay? Yes, of course, okay. So the smallest one, it will be 5. Okay, so it will be 5. If you have interesting, you can just list them all. Okay, you can list them all. Also, the solution I give you will include all the things. Okay, so this is the second paper. Do you think it's very hard or not? Okay, kind of. Not very hard. Okay, good. But still need help. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. The first 1 to 10 is quite hard. Yeah. Okay. I think the only MCQ. Maybe you can do the short answer. My suggestion. Okay. My suggestion in the real competition, you can try to do the section two first, then section one, then the last one. Okay. Yeah. One in five chance. Okay. Okay. Later I will share the things into the group. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, see you next time. So the last live stream is next Thursday. Yes, next Thursday. So have a good night. Okay. Okay. Bye bye. See you. See you. Bye bye. Thank you.